Pleasant day, y'all. This morning, let me turn that down so you can hear me better. This morning I woke up thinking about a particular client and some of the work that we've been doing to work on their confidence. And the thought came to me today that I'd like to share with you all. That a lot of times we are functioning, holding on, or operating through old systems of belief, old things that we have been told, things that we were probably said or probably told in our younger days, in as we were growing up, things that we may have heard from our parents, siblings, other family members, or what have you, that are still affecting us today. And we may not even be conscious of how it's affecting us today, but it is. If you haven't addressed it, if you haven't identified it, it's probably affecting you today in some way. So as I was thinking about the client, we've been working on this client's confidence and really trying to pinpoint where their confidence had been, challenged or affected, influenced, if you will. So I thought, as I'm standing here washing my dishes for the morning, I'm like, okay, let's think about I've already challenged the client to think about any situations or experiences in their past as they were growing up, I've already challenged them to think about any situations, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, where their confidence may have been shaken, or, maybe initially they had great confidence, but after a certain event, their confidence was not as strong and it continued to diminish because they never addressed it. And so this is where shadow work comes in. It's a level of shadow work even. And so I had the idea, I'm going to send it to the client, but I wanted to share because I think somebody else may be dealing with this too, is to think about that. So if you can't remember a particular instance that shook your confidence, then the question I have is to think about oh God, I just lost my question. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Okay, I had to think about my question. So the questions, I have 3 of them. What are some of the things that you think about yourself? What are some of the things that you've been told about yourself? And then what are some of the things that you may have been told about yourself, but you know are absolutely not true? So maybe it's just 2 questions, 2.2 questions. But these are things to think about when we're all in the middle, not everybody, because not everybody is trying to be. But I believe a lot of us are in the middle of awakening, if you will, like shaking off the old, really trying to do new things in our lives, trying to become better, trying to become new, trying to shed old ways, old skins, old ways of thinking. So because we recognize, maybe our lives are stagnant. Maybe our lives are not moving in the way that we desire it to move. Maybe there's some things we still want to accomplish, but for whatever the reason, maybe we can't get the ball rolling for many things. So I'm giving these questions to you guys because I think they're important for us to look at when we think about shifting, when we think about becoming new, becoming different, when we think about shedding old ways and old ways of thinking, old frames of thinking. I think it's important to look at what is the narrative that is playing under under the cover? What's the narrative that's playing inside your cover? We all are books with many chapters. So what is the narrative that's playing inside your cover? What is it saying? It's important to look at that so that we can and determine whether the narrative is true. Is it telling a true story, or is it telling us lies? Is that the narrative that's currently running, is it outdated? Is it outdated? Is it saying something to us that we no longer resonate with? Is your inner narrative telling you that you are XYZ when you know you're not anymore? And if it is not that you're not, you know you don't want to be. But you gotta identify it before you can challenge it. You have to identify it. And so I'm posting this because I think it's time for my peoples to wake up. It's time for us to level up. It's time for us to get out of our own way so that we can live the prosperous life that we desire, the abundant life that we desire, so that we can do the things, that help us achieve our dreams. So I'm sharing this with you all, and maybe somebody will find it helpful. I think I may start to share more of these ideas here, expanding, not doing therapeutic work, but these are some things that I've seen on social media that, it is therapeutic work, but I can't be everybody's therapist. But I can be your friendly online therapist, and I can share some tips and tools of the trade to help you get beyond yourself, to help you do better, to help you be better. And if you found this helpful, like this video. If you find that someone else may need it, share the video. Or not, It's cool with me. I'm doing as I was instructed. That's it. That's all. Okay, bye.